Hello and welcome to the Double D Show. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dan.
Today on the Double D Show we are going to be taking a look at the movie Gravity.
In 3D.
Oh yes, 3D. Blu-Ray 3D. Okay, this one was rated PG-13 and was 91 minutes long.
Yeah, this movie was a little different because it only had 2 actors in it. And I mean, when I picked up the movie and when I was going to buy it, I noticed it had George Clooney in it. And this is just me personally. I know a lot of people like him as an actor. Myself personally, I don't. I'm not a huge George Clooney fan. And I was kind of like, oh geez, when I seen George Clooney on it, I was like, oh, am I even going to like the movie? And I was surprised. I mean, he has it's just like a co-starring role in it, so he's not in it quite a lot. So I mean, I had my fill with it when he was in there. And what's funny is, you know, on the box it says George Clooney and Sandra Bullock as the stars of the movie, and basically that's it. You know, there's no other actors in the movie. There's only 2 actors in the whole movie, and you figure, well, how is that going to mesh as a complete movie? We're just 2 actors. It worked. I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, it worked excellent. Of course, right at the beginning they had, you know, you seen one other guy in the suit, but you never saw who he was. You heard voices from Houston.
Yeah, Mission Control.
And then you heard voices out of the space shuttle. But you'd never seen anybody except for George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, which Sandra Bullock played Dr. Ryan Stone, a brilliant engineer, and George Clooney played a veteran astronaut named Matt Kowalski. Which, you know, George Clooney, I don't think he's a great actor, but he's not a bad actor. I can put up with him. But, you know, he brought his persona that he usually carries around, like he did in like Ocean's 11, of a little happy-go-lucky, little bit smart-aleck type of personality. That is George Clooney. Which I think in some parts of it when he was in there, that actually, you know, helped.
Yeah.
Helped the movie.
Yeah, he was almost like a comic relief a little bit. I mean,
yeah.
for what it's worth.
I mean, because not a whole lot going on up in outer space.
No.
Well, this one there was, but
yeah.
But on normal days, not a whole lot going on. Sandra Bullock, I think she's a phenomenal actress. And she pulled off an stunning performance in this movie.
Yeah, especially when you have nothing to work off of. I mean, when it's just you trying to, you know, give the audience the feeling of basically being alone in space and basically having one bad day at work. Yeah.
Bad day at work? Yeah, that don't even cover that one. But I watched a little bit of behind the scenes of making the movie, and the effects that they had for space and Earth was what they called an LED wall. It's like a huge LED TV type of deal, and her portraying being alone in outer space was not her just playing the part, but on set. She was in this box by herself for most of the day filming these things, and no one else was around. I mean, every once in a while, you know, when you see her and George Clooney together, that's when he was in the box with her. They was doing their parts. But most of the other time, she was either in that box with the LED lights, or she was in a little model space station pod by herself.
Yeah.
So, and she even commented on there that it felt like she was completely alone, period.
Yeah.
And which, you know what, it came out in the movie.
Yeah.
Which, it was just amazing.
Yeah, definitely. As for the video quality, since this is a 2013 release, the stunning, just needless to say, definitely 5D rating for myself, because this is the texture of the suits, you can definitely see that. You know, the whole aspect of seeing Earth from the space perspective, beautifully stunning look, portrayal. I don't think they could do a better job if they even tried to.
Oh, I totally agree with you. It's just so crisp, so clear. 5D rating on that. 3D depth.
Yeah, the 3D depth rating, I definitely will give this a 5. This is one of the most spectacular depth shot movies I have ever seen. Especially when you're looking at how far, you know, they're from one obstacle to the next. I mean, they're saying it's 100 yards away, and when you're looking at it, you're like, oh my God, how are they going to get there with like no thrust or anything like that? And you know, of course, they find their ways to get this stuff done. But I mean, the shots from you know, looking from Earth from their perspective, masterfully done. It's just all out amazing. 5Ds.
Yes, I'll give it a 5D also, just because from the beginning of this movie to the end, even the credits were all in 3D. They all had that nice depth. Like Danny mentioned, when they said that they're 100 yards away, and then they showed it from the perspective of the actor through the astronaut's helmet, which was another cool feature, you could see that it was really 100 yards away. You just got that feeling that you just couldn't, you know, reach out and touch it or anything. It was totally amazing. 5D straight up for that one.
It's 100 miles away, not 100 yards away.
Or 100 miles. Yards, miles, same thing if you have to walk it.
Yeah, very true there.
Oh, pop out.
Really amazing. I definitely give it a 4D. I mean, it's not some of the best pop-out stuff I've seen, but I mean, let's put it this way. A space movie is made for pop-outs. I mean, for the stuff floating in space and they're floating towards you. I mean, one of the early shots was when they were working on the Hubble telescope and the bolt came off and it was floating towards you. That was a really cool shot.
Oh, yeah, and then George Clooney's hand coming up and grabbing it.
Yeah.
You just felt like he was about to touch you.
Yeah, I mean that was a well done shot. The space debris that causes the whole incident when stuff is flying towards you, really cool, really well done. It's just amazing pop out stuff in this one.
Yes, I'll hit it up with a 4D also, because when the debris in space was flying at you and they showed it, you could see it off in the distance, which it came into the depth, and then it came forward. Every time something flew through the TV, I made me blink. Even though I knew it wasn't real, I instantly just blinked. And the first time it happened, I jerked my head back and off to the side, and I really did enjoy it. But there was some parts of it that, you know, the reason I didn't give it a total 5Ds and just stopped at 4 was there was a point in it where she grabbed a space water packet or something, and there's water droplets. Well, instead of portraying them floating out of the TV and past you, some of the drops actually hit the camera and made a splatter on the camera. Which, it was a good effect, but
not what you wanted.
Not what I wanted, not what I expected, because of everything being 3D and wanting to fly out.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting to, you know, be smacked with a water
you
drop.
wanted a sip of water, didn't you?
Yeah, I was getting thirsty watching it. I wanted some water. Well, I never had space water neither. So that's why I give it a 4, just because something hit the screen.
Now, how was the audio for you?
The audio, I think it was excellent. It was, I'm going to give it an actual 4D on that. But now, mind you, I've never been in outer space. I don't think you have neither.
No, not in this lifetime.
No. But in space, there is no sound because there's no atmosphere, air to bounce sound off of. But they had real deafening clunks and banging. When Sandra Bullock played and had that hissy fit, and then they went outside the space module. You could just hear her in there, but it was like, it was underwater like, and to me it gave me the portraying that it was actually being done in outer space.
Yeah, that was really different. The fact that there's like no real big explosions, especially like one where they had the where the space station had a fire inside of it. Then when the debris came and hit, then everything exploded. Guess what? There was no sound to it because there's no sound in space.
No sound
so
in
that
space.
that was an interesting aspect to the whole film. The fact that they downplayed the surround sounds because of that. Now, as for musical scores in it, they did have some nice, intense scenes that did have some good musical scores in it. I would definitely give it a 4D on as for the audio sound and for the musical scores in it. They did sound really nice. They did downplay it a little bit because, again, they wanted to give you that feeling of aloneness in space. So, I mean, there's not too much of it, but, I mean, towards the end of it, when she's re-entering Earth, I guess maybe when she broke that threshold, they brought the music a little bit more in.
Yeah, because there towards the end, as she was in space, you had it. But it was real, they had it real soft orchestra type music. And as she's coming through the atmosphere, the music got louder and louder. And then at one point, one of the plates on the bottom blew off.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that blew off, you actually heard a big boom sound when that blew off. And then the music picked up and just really got you down into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I give it all a 4D. It was all well put together and well played.
Now, as for overall rating, this was a really good movie. I definitely would watch this multiple times. As for how good it actually is, but I would just give it a 4D rating. Just for my aspect, because of the two actors. And of course, towards the end of it, you only have one actor through the whole film. Myself personally, I thought if they had a group that was trying to survive this whole thing together, would bring you a little bit more to it, more characters. And I thought if you had more people, and then if as you're going along, and because you're only tied to this one person through the whole film. But if there's multiples, you might like a different character. Well, then if that other character that you like, would have some catastrophic thing where he passed away, got killed or whatever during this action, it would bring a little bit more oomph to the movie than just this one character. I thought maybe if you had more people, it would bring more to the film. But as it is, it's still a great movie. I just give it a 4, just because I thought if they had more people in it, it'd make it a little bit better.
Yeah, that's understandable. I give it a 5D rating, just for the simple fact that the depth of the movie, the graphical imaging that they had, the sound, everything came together excellent. Portraying being alone in space was done very well. Sandra Bullock done an excellent job in her role. George Clooney, when he was in there, he did his George Clooney very well. I mean, I don't consider him the greatest actor, but he's there.
Well, he must have something going for him because he's still making money. So
I mean, if he's in a movie, I'll watch it. But I mean, I'm not gonna watch a documentary on him.
Let's put it this way: after he played Batman, he did it for me because that was the most horrible aspect I have ever seen on Batman. After that movie, he did it for me. That's it. I'm done.
We ain't going there.
Yeah, that please, that was the worst movie.
Please do not comment down below and ask us to review the George Clooney Batman movie.
Which one was it? Batman and Robin?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, let's see. That's
how good it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5D rating for me, just for the whole 3D effect, how everything came together. I think they pulled it off very well with just a few actors.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a great movie. I just thought it could be more than what it was. I mean, still, like I said, I'll watch this multiple times. So there's no doubt in that. It's a great movie.
Well, also compared to Escape Plan, which was a longer movie. I don't remember how long that movie was.
115, I believe it was.
115? 115 minutes compared to this one, which is 91 minutes. This one, it felt like it was a lot longer.
Yeah, I will give it that.
You were just more into it, and it did what I thought it would do. It drawed you in. But yeah, so totally excellent movie. I recommend going out and getting it.
Yeah, I definitely would too. I'll definitely, like I said, with the 3D quality, this is one of the better 3D movies I've seen that I even have in my collection. Really great. I mean, if I wanted to court somebody into getting a 3D television or getting into 3D mode, this would be a movie to definitely try to get people into getting it because
definitely, because it'll definitely pull them into 3D with the way the graphics and everything are, especially some of the stuff flying at you and the way everything looks. I mean, yeah, it's just amazing.
As for you folks, don't forget to subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe?
Yep.
Hey,
I'm trying. It's almost to the end. I wanted to get my Porky Pig going here.
Oh, okay. Don't forget to subscribe, folks.
Yeah. That is awesome. I like that. We ought to start doing that. No, wait a minute. We might get new.
That's probably a one-time thing. I'll mess it up from now on.
Yeah, probably.
But also, hit that like button down there. Don't forget to leave a comment. If you have something for us to review, let us know down below.
Yeah, especially hit that like button. That way we know that you guys actually enjoy watching this and enjoy these reviews. And hopefully that they help you figure out these are the movies that you want to see. Of course, if anything, leave comments for contrast, banter back and forth. I don't want to say argue with us, but maybe give your point of views on what you think about these movies as well. I mean, of course, these are just our opinions. So, of course.
Oh, yeah, straight up our opinions. Your opinions may differ. You might not like this movie at all.
It's possible.
But, hey, we do. So, we love it.
Don't forget, Maverick 76 Gaming over there. They got some nice gaming over there. Minecraft, Guild Wars, some Star Trek stuff early on. A whole bunch of stuff going on over there.
Some Rust play going on.
Rust.
Which, we did a review on that.
Yeah.
It should be out.
Hopefully by now, yeah.
Yeah, by this video.
Yeah.
It's still sitting on his computer right at the moment.
Hey, I do have things to do.
Well, we did so many. But also, head on over to Northern View Outdoors for all your hunting, fishing, and outdoor needs.
Yes, definitely. We
Plus,
got spring coming up. Fishing's coming up.
Yeah. Plus, both of us have web pages that are linked to our YouTube channels. This one does not have one yet. We're still trying to see how this one goes. We don't want to get too much going because, well, he's got one whole website and Facebook and a YouTube account running for his, and I got Facebook, Twitter. I went all out on this one. Facebook, Twitter, webpage.
I never did understand
Twitch.
Twitter. I never did understand Twitter. I mean, I don't get it.
But eventually, if you guys are enjoying this and subscribe to the channel, we will eventually start bringing these things in slowly but surely. We'll definitely be bringing these in. Showing your support will definitely be helping this channel gain some revenue, and with that revenue, we'll be able to upgrade a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely.
So, your help would be appreciated.
Well, I'm Dan.
I'm Dave.
And you're watching the Double D Show.
Goodbye.